Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Sunday is a time that people take to beg God, or what we call praying to God to forgive us our shortcomings, or it is a time to ask for more grace, more days on the earth. We are buying time from God. If God says today it is over, it is over. So I personally believe that one day my prayers will be enough and I will give it. And I live with that belief permanently. And so, like, I am a child of God. I believe in God, that He exists and that everything is under His command. By that token, I am who I am, and so I am entitled to what belongs to me, and I will claim whatever I perceive to be for me. And I know anything that I supposed to have on this earth will see my face, even though I know that I will carry nothing out. I will go just as I came into the world. And so that is my opening. And just this money, and like what I put there, homicide issue in Liberia is critical, and that is going to be my point of talking today. I'm not describing, people in government. I'm not describing anyone. I'm not concerned about their activities. I'm not in the country right now. I'm only talking about things that are standing out to me. And the homicide issue is getting off hand. So how will Liberians, find way to kick that bullshit attitude out? It frightens me when I see a young person dying or a young person lying somewhere and people don't know the causes associated with the death of that person. This thing is going too far in Liberia. And Liberians, all of us, are sick of it. Why am I concerned? Why actually I'm not in Liberia, but why am I concerned when these things happen? I'm concerned because there where I was born. There where I was born. I was born in Liberia. Born and raised. And this president in power, President Donald Trump, says that you cannot love America when you don't love your home country. He is right about that. Everybody who is in this country, people were born here, people are, they don't have any other place to go. We are not talking about them. But we, the black people, we, the black Africans, we, the Johnny Just Come, we still remember our places. For me, I was born on the village. I wasn't born on an electric light. And then, so that is my circumstances, and so many people. So I will never forget my motherland. I will never forget Africa. So when things are not going on there, I will not feel happy. So I'm part of Africa. So President Trump is right. Love your country. And so when I'm talking about Liberia, that is the reason. And that is the real reason why I love that president, because he tell it like it is. You can't come here and just pretend to be loving America, but the village that you come from, you forget about the people there. That isn't fine. And I don't want to be defined by that. So I talk about Liberia, not that I hate the people there, but that if their living situations are not telling well, I feel it. And because it doesn't resonate with me, oftentimes I hear people want to talk at the top of their voices. They want to show more concern that they are like, hey, they are entitled to everything. That doesn't matter. If every other thing is not going well, then everything is in jeopardy. That's what I'm saying. Security of people is paramount. So when I see somebody in this month alone, I have seen a lot of corpses, or what we call cadavers, dead body. It is very weird. It is not standing to reasons. It is ugly, and we have to kick it out of Liberia. Liberians are a tactical people. They are very strong. And from the history I have before me, or what I have known so far, what I have witnessed, Liberians are a gallant people because they have defeated, some sicknesses like polio, like measles, like chickenpox, like Ebola, like all of those kind of weird human enemies. So what is it that we cannot defeat? Every time somebody is dying, it's very ugly. Homicide, poisoning. These things happen in our country. But we fail to change. We fail to graduate from that practice. And because it's not something that we can leave behind like a legacy. Witchcraft is also plenty in Monrovia or any other parts of Liberia. People want to just do harm to their own kind. Is not animal. Go in the bush, and kill animals. Nobody is going to ask you a question because hunting is allowed. But people that live in your neighborhood, sometimes people that live in your house, we have to. That incident that I see today, referred to him as a young man. A young man. It's on this other thing here, but I'm not going to display that image. And everybody saw it. I came from church when I, unlocked my phone, looking inside. Then they say it happened in Bond County. Even Bond County, that we know it is the most, it is a county where people are so humble, so respectful, and so down to the earth. I talk with a lot of girls there. I talk with a lot of men there too. And Liberians know that Bond County has produced a lot of homo people, sober-minded people. You know, they don't argue, they don't do anything bad like we know. But in recent years, the population in Bond County, they have engaged in dangerous, anti-progressive, and counterproductive, things that leave, tears on people's faces. They kill women. I have another weird picture here where a Bond County man went to work and butchered a woman. Just in a couple of years ago, butchered this woman. Quarter the woman. Just like how we can, quarter animal when we kill it. And that thing was deadly, but he was caught. Because, your girlfriend doesn't want to give it to you. It's not the last time you are asking. You will always ask this thing here. Sometimes women are not in a position, and especially the one you're living with. When, she doesn't agree with you, sometimes pet her and say, look, you know what? Man is a liar. But when it didn't happen, that man went to work and chopped the woman into pieces. I sent a weird picture like that to my friend here, Fred Compton. So Fred Compton said, is this human behavior? So I said, yes, that Liberia, this is reality. These are the things on the ground. And that has gone off hand. But I will appeal to President Boakai to appeal to those people to visit there and say, look, gentlemen, enough is enough. No more. Sometimes they will hear an elderly person talk that. And a weird story that I've heard another time. But that man, they call him, I don't know, Kakura Vakba. He went to work, and Bond County people can kill women, So it was President Doe that was there in power. It was his time. And that man, according to the story, it was on the farm. And so, like, he and the woman went ahead on the farm, early morning, they went. What happened, what not happened? He chopped this woman, and then he cooked the woman. Actually, cooked meat. So, the unfortunate thing is, the mother-in-law was visiting. And so they left her in the town and went on the early morning. On the early morning, they went to the farm. And when this thing happened, mother-in-law doesn't have idea. Say, look, when sun, rises, I will follow my children. And the woman went after them. When she went and met this guy in the tent, he already prepared soup. He like meat soup, and say, Mama, be eating you. But where is my daughter? But she could have been on the other edge of the farm. It didn't occur to the woman. And Vakpa allowed the mother-in-law to say, look, maybe it's meat. So the woman started, eating. And then later on, he said, do you know why you are eating? So the woman said, well, maybe you kill animals. So the man said, think again. So the woman said, well, what going on? And then he broke the news. He said, you are eating your daughter. So the woman said, Lord, why are you telling me? It is an act done by a Liberian man in Bon County. Let somebody refute that. I have known that long time, so it was in my. So, the judicial system put that man in jail for life. And in 1990, when Nelson Mandela was free, so Samuel Doe used that to free all the prisoners that was in our jail. Maybe nationwide, but in Monrovia. So Vokpa was free and became a free man again. But I don't know whether he's living. But today, that is not the point I'm talking about. I'm just depicting that scenario. That some people in Liberia are dangerous and they are heartless. And we say every day, Liberia is a Christian nation. I don't accept it. And I, for one, I recognize the presence of the Christians in Liberia. I recognize their work. I was educated on the Christian mission throughout. And so I love Christianity. But for now, too many things are going on that do not resemble Christianity. Homicide. Homicide is on the rise. And what I hear now, or what has been there, homicide, they have things like ritualistic killings, and because people profit from it. And yeah, so it's too much in Liberia. That is what I'm talking about, not any other thing. I'm not talking about political positions in that country. Some people don't want to walk them, or they are not able to walk them. Liberia is now a very big place where, in my time, the number of community colleges that were there, they multiply, they quadruple. And so, if you know yourself, if you know yourself academically, you wouldn't live without getting some money. Make your application. Go to any community college. Let them review your credentials. When they know it is correct, you become somebody to lecture at a high school or at a community college, and even more so at a university. There are a lot of universities there too. So there are jobs. And then people say there are no jobs in Liberia. They are lying. They are jobs. And so what is the need of killing another person? Because you want to make sacrifice, or, those kind of sacrifice they've been making since 1944 that does not show anything. This is dangerous for Liberia. And God has in store many blessings. But anytime when somebody is killed, God withdraws from that blessing, from that bank. So for too many times, I'm not talking about any other African country. I'm talking about Liberia. So anytime when God sees blood, God withdraws part of the blessing. And so we don't know now because nobody can tell. Nobody can tell how much of it he has there for us. But all that we know, God is withdrawing from that blessings. Just like how you put money in the bank and then, it is being withdrawn every time. That's what God is doing to Liberia. And we are experiencing a lot of difficulties Liberia is the only place on the African soil where, money can be found easily. We're using American money. They gave us the privilege. So American money is being used in Liberia. Other places can permit the use of American money, but not like the way we have access to it. We hack things in the streets, in marketplaces, and at all commercial centers. Price tags are in the US dollars or local currency. So we have that option. And so people gravitate there because they want the United States dollar. So this is how blessed Liberia is. But for each time, we demote ourselves by engaging in activities that are not sound, that are not valid. And human blood is not good. And wherever it is lacking, God's blessings are not there. And it is annoying. And it is very, 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 very bad. Bad. That Liberia, a decent people that are said to be, religious people, that every time when you go low, a young man, just last week, somebody mean, a public official, one of the person within the security apparatus, somebody maybe, and people are still searching. I saw it on the internet. I saw it on Facebook that they are searching for that person, and people are making, are giving the confidence that they will get to that person. But when? Who knows? Somebody's uncle, somebody's father, somebody's husband is slain from this life. And Liberia, except for now during the Weir administration, then we know our population has gone up to be like 5 million people. Maybe it is 8 million people. But all the time, when all of these crimes have been going on, we have been in like 2.5 million, 3 million, 3.5 million. And so like Liberia is a small population. So we're supposed to coordinate. Nothing will go on when we don't know who does it or who did it. We ought to be each other's keepers. But we are not. It is just surprising. It is just, it leaves questions, the answers. To be frank, Liberia should be a secure place because the interconnection, the way people connect to each other, is like a big family. It's like a big family. We can't keep doing that and expect to grow. But there are few people in Liberia who are carrying out this kind of hideous, hideous deeds. And they are in the population. And they are prospering. But God's justice is slow. Very, very slow. It will come, but it is slow. I recall a long time ago, I was in the third grade, and my friend Marie Harris, we were in the low level, like third grade, a fourth grade thing like that. In 1980, when we understood in our town that a student was arrested, was missing in Harper. I know that Moses 12 Moses do it. I can't remember the name. I was small, but I still recite the whole scenario. People who are older than me could recall the name. But that incident took place the previous year, 1975, the year some of us began going to school. And um, they, there were some killers, some gangs, some people, we call them Boyo. I know Boyo or Boyo. I don't know how to pronounce that name up to this point. But the Boyo, they kill people. And they were said to originate from Harper City, Maryland County. And so they went to work. It is always their usual practice. They went and ambushed that boy. He was attending Kitama High School. So he was missing. But that boy's spirit was very, 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 very heavy, according to how Liberian can say it in the Liberian parlance. And so it triggered demonstration in which cars were overturned and things were ransacked for that matter. And so curfew was declared, that those big officials, those people that were working in government, they were the last other people in society. They were constantly doing a people like Allen Yancey, but at that time he was not a part. But there were other 7 people, including a woman that come from even my county right now, And so they wove on, and Dewey wasn't found. And so the search began from that time for 76, 77, 78. Nobody ever found him alive. But later on they found him. But he was there. Anyway. But who did it? And I'm going to tell you the story, what happened. And so these these nocturnal societies, they have significance too. When we don't have satellite, we have those people who have those spiritual, supernatural powers. They can find things too. We have to bring them to the fold. I think I reason with Charles Taylor when he bring those people to the fold and say, they are and give them a place in society. So they're supposed to organize this, mechanism to find people who are doing these secret things to citizens, to fellow citizens. It will be a good thing. They can't just be lying to people. They have to make use of those things. And so what I'm trying to say is that nothing must happen that we cannot get to the bottom or detect the doers. In 1976, when Dewey was killed, our people had to go to Sino County. One guy was there. They call him Bolo. Bolo went to Harper City. And Bolo, through that magical thing, he made the people to come. That magician, big magician. And he died in 1985. I saw him when I was going, to that Christian technical high school. I saw him, Bolo. He died in 1985. In my own time. And so it's Bolo who brought those people using his his magic. And what Tobo did, it was Tobo who was in charge. Tobo hanged those 7 people, including a woman. You know? And since then, we thought this thing would have gone, offhand. That time, but then it had handle. They killed those people, and 2 years later, Toba was overthrown. Toba was no nonsense leader. He killed. Whenever someone killed and it was adjudicated, and then it was clear beyond all doubt, you were hanged. He was a civilian president, so he hanged people. The first person he hanged was Obi from Nigeria. And then those people were hanged in 1978. So between 1971 and 1978, that was like 7 years, timeline. And so it proved something. The military regime put stop to racial killings. I was going to school then, and so we were earmarking, but no, there was no racial killings. But when the civilians came back, starting from 1983, killing started again. Killing started again. And what they do with hemopaths, nobody ever will understand it except the people who are in that group. And I understand that this Boyo organization is recruiting other people. And people are seeing those people sometimes, but nothing is done with them. And so they are doing that over and over now and then, and it became a game. Before the regime was concluded, everybody was just doing it. And the last person caught was this guy, a Great Deal Allison and Water Allison. When they slain the throat of Melvin Pine, a Grand Gideon, the victim. And though, send that man to Bella Yala, kill that man when he was found guilty. Kill him. He said he in jail. And there where he squared up with Charles Taylor. Today, the fate of Great Deal Allison is not known. Whether he ran away in the forest and whether he's in safety, nobody knows. But it's been a long time since 1997 when Taylor took over. We haven't even heard of Great Deal Allison. So conclusions can be accurate that he is not in this life. And so sometimes when we see those people, then it's late. But the time the thing going on. But that weakness is hovering over Liberia. And I'm disappointed in it. I have my family just as everybody. We have to graduate from it. Or Liberia become nothing. Liberia is America's first, experiment in Africa. So some people in Africa, they think Liberia is a small America. We use American money. They give us anything we wanted. John F. Kennedy went and built centers. So when you look around Liberia, you see the fingerprint of the United States. We read American literature in school. And when a Liberian intellectual does not come to the United States, you know, you can face difficulties. I have seen people that went to Russia. I have seen people that were educated in China, but what position do they have in government? I'm not talking about when I left, but when I was there. When I was there, not too many people. All the people that were in government, they are from right here, the United States. So when they go, they are accommodated to lead the way. But with that empowerment that they achieved from this side, it's not showing. It's slow. It is painfully slow. We can see it. The little country is jacked up and wickedness. And so like my focus in the podcast is on the human homicide. It's dangerous for our country. So it is making God vex. And it is not fine that because certain people, certain handful of people, they are making God to be fed up with Liberians. Liberians are good, but wickedness has come into that small country. That you can drive from Cape Mountain and go to Maryland same day. I mean, you finish crossing a country. We are not big, and I don't regret it. Small is beautiful. That's what Professor Roland Smith taught me when he was exposing me to economics. He says, Napoleon, small is beautiful. And I catch that since I was in the 10th grade, And it is good. A good thought. And so Liberia, we are actually pulling ourselves down. We are pulling ourselves down. And the reason is there are too many crimes. Blood is letting out. Blood is letting out. And that is not going to define us as a country and people. We have to abandon it. Ritualistic killing is not going to, energize a country. It's going to put curses on every Liberian. God's justice is funny. It is funny in the sense that when God is fed up, he punishes the whole people. Whether the person was pregnant and innocent child is in the gut of the woman, God doesn't care. So that's why we have seen flood-gotten people. That's why we have seen the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, letting down, melting down with fire. So this thing that is happening is bad. Homicide is not the better way to go. It is not war. So I'm confused. There is no war, but more people are dying. I'm not, preventing other, sicknesses that occur naturally, like diseases, like we talk about pestilences, like Ebola, COVID-19. No, I exclude that. But people are dying. When you go to somebody lying down, they say, look, something else. Just 5 weeks, I saw another young boy. Not these people that drugs are killing. not the deaths that are occurring by drugs, but talking about ritualistic killing, deaths that are associated with unknown causes. That's what I'm talking about. It's bad. We have to redirect our steps. We have a government in place. We have all the resources. So why should Liberians be doing this thing? You see that I described the operations in Bon County. We usually know that Maryland, where Tubman was, somebody who was like a demigod, and people put it behind him. They said he was doing this thing. But long time he went down. He died. But still, since that time, people have been dying under mysterious circumstances. And that is bad. And Liberians are becoming like a bad people. Some people can, work with poison to kill their friends. There is homicide. Homicide. So it's bad. It's bad. We have to let off that pedal. It's not going to serve us. So I come here to mourn the victim of that incident. And that boy is located in Bon County. The body is on the social media. Everybody's going on it. And nobody will dispute the fact that DEA boy that they killed, my tears never dry here. And today I'm seeing another fresh human being. It will be between like 30 to like about 35. Young man. Today, his wife is a widow. His children become fatherless. This is wicked. Whatever they were getting, they will not get it again. Like the security man. Why must people kill other people? If the DEA man was standing in your way by executing government's order that you cannot sell drugs, why kill him? Because I want to kill him. You were executing government order. Why kill him? For government policies. We was not tough on, these ghetto stuff. And I saw him saying he came from the ghetto. But these ghettos, right now, they want to deal in drugs. That what make them very dangerous. And so the other government came and said, look, hey, you know what? We are going to break all the ghettos down. And so it is pathetic. Drugs can be bad. I was talking about it yesterday for our country here, the USA. A cache of drugs with arms, is not the better way to go. No government will put up with, drug sale. It is criminality. So President Boyka is cracking on that how government can behave. The other people that come, they come with different policies. So that man that killed the DEA man, he will be found one day We believe in God. Liberians believe in God. Liberians believe that anything that is not right with God, it will come to an end. And the perpetrator will be brought to justice and dealt with. I believe that too. Long live President Barkai. Long live all the officials of government. Long live the Liberian people. This is what I have to share. Happy Sunday. May God comfort the heart of that two widows now in just 1 week. That police, that security man, and that boy whose body I have seen today in Bond County. May God comfort, his parents. May God bless all of us, wherever we are. We want to build a bright Liberia. We want to support the people in government to build a better country. Liberia is very blessed. We got everything. That small nation is blessed with resources. We have partners in progress, and we get strong people. The men and women are competing to do the right thing. But that uh, bad group, God will counterbalance on them, and they will suffer. Have a great day. Napoleon Tour in Oregon. Bye.